Welcome back to the Museum of Aquarium and Pet History, where we open some incredible treasures to show you in just 5 minutes, give or take. All right, so this is a little bit bigger box. I know all my aquarium friends are thinking, please, not a bird cage, not a bird cage, please. And my bird cage friends are saying, oh God, I hope it's a bird cage. So let's see what we have here today. Well, it looks like a bird cage. And this is mid-century modern. So we're looking at 1950s. And you know, we've got the Victorian era, 1800s up to about 1905. We have the Art Deco era, 1920s through the 1930s. Then we have the Atomic era, 1940s. And then we have the mid-century modern era, late 1940s, 1950s, into the 1960s. And this is, it's not a Beco. I thought it was a Beco cage, but it's not marked. And I can't find it in the catalog yet, but I'm looking. But it's a very simplistic cage because mid-century modern was very straight lines. So this was, for them to put this little decorative thing on the straight line cage is pretty interesting. Definitely, I would think 1950s, for sure 1950s. And it's a pretty cool bird cage, actually, in very good condition. Didn't come with the feeders, and it doesn't have a place for the feeders to sit, where the bird can like stick his head through the wire. So probably the feeders would have gone inside the cage. So that mid-century modern cage, possibly Beco, not sure. Beco made both plastic cages and metal cages. Very big bird cage manufacturer of that era. Okay, what do we got? So I'm always getting bird cage feeders. This is just an interesting one because it's not marked, but it would have gone with a wire around it. Definitely 1800s, late 1800s. And I'm not quite sure of who did this one, but this is an interesting feeder. A very small hole, which really denotes that it was for a canary cage. Because they had very, very small, there was a species of canaries that was really, really small. Like a finch. So, but I doubt it was for a finch cage. I think it was for a canary cage. Okay. So when I started in business with ZoomEd, one of our biggest suppliers in the Midwest was Wilson Pet Supply. And they made these clocks. It's actually glass. Pretty nice. So I never knew Wilson made a clock that they probably gave away to their customers. So I thought that was pretty cool. So that's Wilson Pet Supply. They're not in business. Well, they are in business because they were bought out by Central Garden Pet. So the Central Garden in the Midwest is what Wilson Pet Supply used to be. So there's that. Okay, get ready. So look at this brass stamped tray. What a thing of beauty. That is gorgeous. And it's not even bent. After 100 years, you'd think this would be bent, but it's not. So we've got the very badly rusted tray inside the cage, and it's really rusted. You could tell that really went through the war. You could see the perch with the brass ends, so you know it's 1800s. And it has the original feeders with the O on them, so this is Osborn. This is an Osborn cage from the 1800s. Has squiggly wire. This is brass. And Osborn has one cage that they say was gold-plated. So I'm going to do a video where I go down to the jewelry shop and have them take a gold test kit and test the cage to see if it is in fact gold plated. So these cages were shiny brass when they came out, but of course after 130, 140 years, you know, they get this soot or they get this black thing going on here. And it's very, very hard to clean them, to get them to go back to brass again. You can, but it takes hours. So that is an Osborn birdcage. Really a beautiful cage with milk glass, original milk glass feeders. Hey, thank you guys. I really appreciate you, and I hope to see you again next week.